It's my happy place. I love being on my tractor.
I mean, when I had two arms, I used to mow all the time. I loved it. And when I lost my arm, it took quite a while before I got back on the mower.
Lindsay and I planted these peach trees last year. They say they take like 4 years before you get peaches on them. I didn't think they would come up, but they're coming up and they look beautiful. I'm so happy. Oh man, I think that one looks, no, it's coming. Yeah, there's getting buds on them, I hope. Yeah, green. Yeah. And I'm going to get some more and plant them because they say the more you have, the more fruit you get. That makes sense, though. I guess they breed off of each other or something. Yeah, they're only about this high. Yeah, this here, when my dad first bought it, it was covered in trees. Covered. He cleared it. We'd be out here taking trees down and stuff, and we were burning them. We burned them for days. My dad goes to jump across the coals after like 4 days. His shoes melted to his feet. Yeah, yeah. My old car was a Buick, dents all over it. My son-in-law always took care of it for me, but my new truck, there's not a dent on it. I drive it like a truck driver. I love it. People kind of look at me funny. You drive a truck? Yeah, I love it. My name is Terry Darlene Greathouse. I am the girl with one arm from Diamond, Ohio. But they drive by, they see me mowing on my zero turn. I always take it down and I refill it when I'm done using it. I've got so many people down there, ladies, going, wow, if you can do it, I can do it. I'm like, come on up, I'll give you some lessons. I get up in the morning, I read my Bible, I pray, then I have some coffee, and I'm on my way to Walmart. I work there 5 hours in self-checkout. A lot of times I get off of work, and I'm on my way to Newcastle, Pennsylvania to help take care of my mom. And that's probably an hour and 15 minutes from here. Getting dressed was really a tricky one. I have to kind of slide into everything. And I cannot button a pair of jeans for nothing. I have a lot of one-handed can openers and bottle openers and knives, and that helps a lot. I was putting rocks around my flower bed, but earlier that day I was helping my brother with mulch in his wheelbarrow. And my arms did hurt because I was really overusing them. And I would look at him And he was, not the healthiest person, but I didn't want him doing it. So I did it. And then I come home and I'm moving rocks in a wheelbarrow and putting them around my flower bed out there. And I went to flip it and it came right out of my hand and hit me right in the wrist. And that's when it all started. I didn't I went to the hospital, so I didn't think there was anything wrong with my wrist. My daughter was getting married in Iowa, and I wanted to be there. So I went, and I had this wristband on my arm that night, and the Velcro pulling it on and off. I kept my sister awake all night, my mom awake all night, and we came back here, and I went back to the hospital, and they told me I had cellulitis or something. It sent me home, and but I knew something was bad wrong with my arm when I went to the hospital. And they kept telling me there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with your arm. Saying that I went, all I'm here for is medicine. And I'm like, what? I wasn't there for medicine. My arm hurt so bad. And all the surgeries they keep doing and all the therapy just seemed like it was never going to end. Never. And I just remember the pain was so bad. I was in ICU for a long time. And I don't know if you've ever been in ICU, but it smells like death. And they put these wires up through my body to try to open up that artery. And from the first doctor stapling it off, there was no opening up any artery. But I always had hope that someday I would get an arm. And my friend Barb, she always says, with this AI, they'll be able to make you an arm. And I'm like, at my age, I really don't think I want an arm anymore. I mean, I feel like I adjusted to it. Now my granddaughter-in-law, she does my nails, because that used to really bother me. Because I can't even like clip them. Or if I have a hangnail, there's a lot of things that I can't do. But if I can figure out a way to do them, I do them. I used to have a prosthetic arm. It would fall off in restaurants and stuff, and people would be like, I'd just pick it up, throw it over my shoulder, and leave. But one day, we were at one of my friends had a big bonfire. And before we went, we were going to take my van. So we cleaned it all out. Well, two friends of mine, Felicia, they were cleaning out the van. They threw my prosthetic arm in the trash can in the dumpster. And it was laying in the dumpster. We went back digging through the dumpster and we did find it. And a couple of times I would like have money in it and try to give it to the lady at Wendy's and my arm would fall off. It was a robotic arm, and back when I was first got it and stuff, the places to get therapy for it was so far away. I never actually got any therapy for it. I did my own therapy and stuff, and then I just learned not to use it, and it's like, doesn't even bother me. I mean, it's kind of nice to hold stuff. When I lost my arm and I got out of the hospital, one of the kids left one of those great big exercise balls, and he would make me ride this thing around the whole house 10 times before he'd make me anything to eat. Because I had staples and stitches up and down both legs where they took out arteries from my arm. And if he wouldn't have done that, I probably wouldn't have walked right. Because it helped me build up those muscles in my arm and my legs and start using them. At the time, I, thought he was mean and cruel. Come on, dude. He's the reason why I was walking good, because they thought, I'd have problems with my legs walking because they cut out the arteries, and I was sliced like a fish on both sides. Because I had one surgery at a hospital, it was a botched surgery. 2 weeks later, I have another surgery at a different hospital for the same thing. So I have both arteries out of my legs. And it was a long road. My daughter was pregnant with her baby when I lost my arm. My brother's dying in the hospital with cancer, all at the same time. So many times I felt like giving up, because it was so much easier just to lay there and not do anything. But I believe in my heart, when I was 13, I was saved by Jesus, and I believe that He has carried me through. I was hooked on pain pills for a long time. I almost destroyed my whole family. A lot of bad things had happened. And then it was the final straw. I was just going to run out in front of the truck going down the road. My two daughters stopped me. Takes both of them, but they had me down on the ground. And it gave me a chance to think. And I'll never do that to anyone again. But if it wasn't for my family, God first, my family, I would have never made it to where I'm at. I dropped the wheelbarrow on it, full of rocks, gave me 21 blood clots, 3 aneurysms, a year in the hospital, and then 5 years of taking pain pills and being all crazy to everybody. And even when I got off the pain pills, everybody's like, oh, you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to wean yourself. I went to rehab once. And then after I went to rehab, I got out of the hospital, and the doctor gives me 300 Percocets. So bingo, I'm hooked again. So I went back to rehab a few months later. And that day, they were talking to me about Suboxones and all this other stuff. And that day, I walked out of rehab. I turned around and I said, I'll never be back. I don't want no Suboxones. I want nothing. I will never come back here. And I have never taken no more pain pills. Nothing. And that was like a worse journey through my life than losing my arm. And then with all the things going on in my family, my brother's sick, my mom old, I had to get strong. And that's, I was, when I went to church, I mean, they were praying and I just got strength. And I'm trying to get there. And with me having a part time job, I feel like I'm finally getting there. And I even found a church where I feel like I have a church family. And at Walmart, I feel like I've got a whole bunch of friends. I like everybody there. And I think a lot of times, too, they look at me and this one girl goes, I'm like, oh gosh, they're probably going to get rid of me because I don't work as good as somebody with, 2 arms. She says, you work twice as hard as the people with 2 arms. You do twice as much around here. And it made me feel good. I feel like I am a whole person.
I'm Grandma Terri, and they see that nothing stops me. And I'm sure they realize that every day's a new challenge for me to see if what I'm going to learn or what I'm going to figure out. It's weird. A lot of times, I kind of shock myself with some of the stuff I can do.
And I don't feel that I am disabled. For a long time, I felt like I was disabled, and I'm going to be 67 years old. I thought, well, I'll just lay here and die like everybody else. This is it. And every day I wake up, it's like, it's another day, and so happy to be alive. I thank God I'm alive. I'm finally getting to where I want to be in life. There's so many more things I want to do, but I'm getting there. And a lot of people don't understand. The only thing that's wrong with me is my arm's gone. And I do have a lot of pain in it, but I go out and jump on my mower and take off. I know the last years of my life is nothing to brag on, but now I'm trying to be a good person. I love planting my flowers. Soon they're all going to come up in the spring. I love being around my kids, my grandkids, and I love being around their friends. To me, their friends are like my grandchildren. Well, they are. They call me Grandma Terri.